We're stuck. The Porsche's stuck.
Keep going. Left, right. Keep going. Keep going. That's it.
What? 042 ST. Number 4. Edward Thomas prepares to depart Towing Wharf with a heavy train on a busy day in the 1960s. Oh, Edward Thomas. Need to go and see that engine. TE. Oh, didn't see you come in now. It's me, Thomas Edward. I'm just reading a bit of steam when I got from Steam Mary when I got from Buxton yesterday on a TE adventure on the train on a cheap day return. Another cheap day return with Thomas Edward. And Tallaghfin Railway is 70 years. I might add that this is a May edition this year, 2021, so it's a few months old, but Buxton Railway Station had a good stack of exciting magazines. So before we jumped on the train, we grabbed a couple and read them on the way back. So, but it came in very handy because as you can see, it's very dark in here. There's lots of candle lights there. You might think, what, TE lives well there. It's got quite a posh house with all these little lanterns going and lamps, but actually it's the great PowerCut of South Lake District, and we've been off probably nearly 24 hours now of no power, and they say it's going to come back on tomorrow. But we thought we'd do a video because we've had an exciting day going and seeing a monorail event at Carnforth Station, and talking with a number of TE fans, and you will know who you are if you're watching this. So we had a good day, and we had a friend that came up. We went and had a cup of tea at the station because they've changed owners now. The cafe's changed and it's a lot better. We had a cup of tea, we had a bit of those, but we had a mince pie, I think we did. And then we weren't expecting it because we've had obviously no power. We've had no internet to look at real-time trains. We didn't know our friend that came up, or another friend, said, "Oh, Flying Scotsman's going back, going into the shed." So we went to Truckhaven and got some proper nose bag, looked on internet in Truckhaven, and then went back and caught it. And I'll show you a bit of footage I got now, and also next to it, just before it, Class 7 did a bit of shunting and went past, so I'll show you that now. 37 and a class 37, I think it was Fort William, or just going around the back of Carnforth Station, and then flying Scotsman coming back through. It was quite atmospheric. And then we came home and lit all the lamps, and as this beauty here, what the TE family calls the mothership, because it's a whopper, it's a biggie, and it's very rare sort of shade on it. It's quite a lot of money, that shade. In white, you don't get them that often, and when they do come up, they're a bit of dosh. And it's Aladdin oil lamp. It's wicks underneath there. It's pretty good, and it's funnel. We had to clean it up because you've got to watch oil lamps. Once they start to heat up, they run away from themselves, and they all start burning. It blacked all the chimney on it. So we have to turn it off, let it cool down, and clean it up. Because it went really dim because it ran away with itself. You've got to watch them. You know, they're they're not temperamental, but they're a bit like a steam engine, really. You just got to look after them, right, and keep watching them. But now it's all warmed up and it's sitting at a certain brightness. It's doing okay. So it's lighting up all the dining room, you know, because that's why it's called the mothership, because it's doing a good job. And to be honest, we're living like Victorians, and this house in the Victorian times I think it had quite a famous golf like guy in it. I think he was a golf. I think he was a master shaftsman, something like that. He'd do golf clubs. And it was quite well known, and we looked in the history, and then his daughter was quite famous for painting. So he would have lived like this, and in the front room, there's in the wall, there's two little pipes come out the wall for old gas lamps. So he would have been living like this back then, you know. He wouldn't have had no power, nothing in there, just fires and oil lamps and gas lamps, and, you know. And a tin bath to have his bath in. What we nearly did today, because we had no heating because of the power cut. But it might come back on tomorrow. But we are actually talking about oil lamps. I'll go and show you a very special oil lamp in the front room. What's a very special sort of tea family heirloom. What's been for quite a lot of generations, and actually sat in quite an interesting, well, not really a house, interesting. Almost vehicle, but it isn't a vehicle either. I'll show you a picture of it actually. We'll go in there next. So we've come in the front room, and it's quite a grand little front room this is. And I've got to get this video over and done with because, well, you know, a bit quick, because this Aladdin in front of us, this oil lamp, it's all collapsed. Look, all the wicks collapsed in it. So I'm going to get on with this. Then we'll shut it off. But this lamp here is a family heirloom, as I said, in the back room. It's quite a special lamp, as you see. It's not like the one we call the mothership, the bigger Aladdin in the back room. This one's a bit smaller, and it hasn't got a shade on it. It's got its funnel on it, and it's quite a nice body on it, and it also breathes from underneath. It has a breathing pipe underneath there. It's a different lamp. It works differently compared to the other one. But this lamp is it sat in the very room in front of a picture what we believed it came out of a very long time ago, and it's that behind us. What you'll see in a bit of B-roll. But this behind me is it's like a big, as what we call today, a shepherd's hut or a showman's van, or a living van. You know, it can be called anything. And this living van behind us is where T.E.'s grandma, you know, lived in as a wee girl, and she's on there in the middle, sat on her dad's knee. And her dad built that after the First World War. After he came back from the war, he built that. And on a brewer's dray, he built it, you know, on the chassis of one. It was clever, look, and it's even got a veranda on it, you know, like a porch on the front of it. And his steps and all his bits underneath. And then after he moved out of that, and he moved to Adlington, where TE did a video recently about the loading gauge, and he moved into a house there, but he lived in that before. And this lamp here, believed was in it, and they were like, it's still burning, but we need to sort it out. It's collapsed because we turned it up a bit, and it's falling apart as we speak. It was just simmering before, but we turned it up the brightness to try and get it on this video, but it's just collapsed on us, unfortunately. But it's still there, look, it's producing light all these years later for a Thomas Edward video, you know, a young family member, you know, in the 21st century, you know, 2021, no. And it could have been in that van after the war, producing light, what was the only light of that van. But by the Second World War, you know, in the 1940s, they'd moved out of that van there into the house at Adlington in Cheshire, and this lamp was, Grandma actually read by this very lamp here. In the middle of the war, when the bombers were coming over, you know, it'd be just a hum going over the top of the house, and with this lit up, and she'd read by it. I've got to turn it off. It's smoky now. It's completely knackered. So I'll have to. TE here, and he likes his old lights, but can't beat the glow of an oil lamp, can you, in your hand? You probably can just about still see me with that second lamp we got there. I've just had to turn that one down and blow it out, because it needs a bit of repair now, but it did its job for the TE video tonight. It couldn't quite handle the heat, the mantle, and it decided to, oh no, that's a bit too warm for me, unfortunately, and it's collapsed. So got to get a new one now. It's got to be took apart and redone. It's actually the funnel on that, it locks in on that, where the lamp I've just holded there behind camera clips in like almost behind. The funnel on this, there's these clips on the side, like spring-loaded clips, and that sits in it like, you know, almost like where you'd have your spider around there if you had a shade in it, like the mothership one in the back room. It'd have its spider, so this clips in. This funnel actually, there's a replacement upstairs, because this has got a crack in this. Just see it there at the back. But the one below, this funnel, I think it twists in and locks in. It's a nicer oil lamp how it's made, but it's more, that lamp down there is more like a working lamp. It's made for a serious industry lamp, and this is almost like a show lamp for being sat on a sideboard somewhere, where it wouldn't really get touched much. Where that one's probably a bit more, you gotta, if it was in that van there, that living van, it wouldn't be moving all the time. It wasn't a moving living van, but it was sort of stationary, but it was a more like harsher life than living in a big house kind of lamp. Also, one of the difference between this lamp here and the lamp below is that lamp below is a mantle, that thing what's just collapsed on top, where this one here is a wick. It doesn't have a mantle on it. You can see the difference in the flame. So that's an actual flame, where the one below, the mantle, you know, it's like a cone, like a cotton comb on top, what it burns and glows and makes produces more light in a way. Where this flickers because it's on a wick. This is like a candle really, like a very high powered candle, because it's running off oil in that tank below. So yeah, that's the difference. You could go into a whole TE series about oil lamps, and there's a TE member said that, well, a family member said there's a lantern upstairs years ago I could have and, you know, do up, and it was the base here, but it needed a diffuser on it and a spider, and it needed a mantle on it to make it a complete oil lamp again. So maybe if you'd like to see Thomas Edward here living in the Victorian times, I could go and get that lamp and refurbish it, and then we could do a video of me sat reading a book in a very grand front room or back room, you know, in oil lamp, whatever, refurbished. I mean, comment below if you'd like to see that, and maybe this winter we might have quite a few power cuts, so you might be seeing some more of this with me oil lamp. Wow. It's the next day after the power cut. We've still got no power, but we've come out and it's started to snow now, so we got no power and now it's cold outside. And we've come out of Noel because he's got the best tyres on. He hasn't got winters on, but he's got some rain sports on the front. What work a bit better. Oh, look at that. Oh. A lightweight Land Rover's come past there. That was rocking my boat. That was. So we come out of Noel anyway, but we come and get two 25 kilos of coal bags from a guy near Ulverston. £10 each. So it's all good stuff for TE, because all the local coal guys near us are shut. But we've come over behind cameras at Strawberry Bank, Gummer's Howe, and down there is Bowland Bridge. We're going to work his way back home, but we just stopped here because there's some nice Highland cattle behind us with some horns. I think they're a bit camera shy. See, when you're local you can just nod at farmers, they always nod back. Because I lived over there for about 10 years, but I've been round there quite a lot the last couple of years over this side in Land Rovers and that. But yeah, Noel's looking pretty good in the sun. He's not been washed for a couple of months. He needs a good wash. He needs a good wash now though, he's got salt on him. But he always knew those rain sport tyres, they actually work quite well in the snow. We were going to come out in JJ, but he's just got summer tyres on. We went, no, let's go out and Noel, because he's got rain sports on front. On the driving wheels, the most important wheels, they need a bit of traction on the front. So it's really good, that. And he's got a good heater as well. He's got the best heater out of all the ZRs in the fleet. Because he's pretty much a Mark II underneath, so he's got that Saab valve on them where they get a bit hotter. The K-Series engines get a bit hotter on them than the Mark 1s, even though that is a Mark 1 body, underneath he isn't, it's a Mark II underneath. So yeah, it's pretty good, that. And we're going to work his way back now and see if we find any other snow. But yeah, we'll get back. Hopefully electricity might be back on today when we get back, but it might not be, otherwise we'd be back on oil lamps like last night. We'd be reading railway magazines till it goes too late and when we go to bed. And then we wake up tomorrow and see what the news is tomorrow. But we'll get on. It's actually not too cold. I was going to say it's cold out here, but it isn't too bad. That sun's nice and warm. He's stuck. The Porsche is stuck. There's a tree down there. Can't go.
left, right, keep going, that's it. I'm at Station Garage near Grango Sand Station over there, and he's good here because Keith, who owns it, he's got a power washer, and because we've been in the snow and all the salt, and Noel's a rare car, all that salt will be attacking his rust underneath, and he's just had 2 brand new wings put on the front, so we don't really want them to rot in the next year or so. So we'll get a high pressure power washer on him and clean underneath, not necessarily wash the body, but clean all arches and go underneath and just take all the salt off. So when he goes away, he's you know, overnight, he's not going to be sitting there with the salt eating into him. So I've got my count, and I think you get 3 minutes, but hopefully it's working. It says it's open, so we'll try it and see what the... Oh, it's come out. Maybe not. No, I think it's off. I think he's not having it. No. No, I think he's turned it off. So I think I'll have to go home and maybe get a bucket and me what's it called? Me battery powered power washer, and just give them a good rinse off just underneath. I think we'll do that. So I've come home and I've filled a bucket of water with hot water, boiled on the gas stove because there's no kettles at the moment, no electricity, so that's nice hot water. Now you might be thinking it's a bit silly this power washing in all this cold weather because it all ice over small, but I'm not too fussed because Noel's parked in a place where I'm not bothered where it will get iced over. As long as it's not going to be where he's parked, it's fine. And I've got me hydro shot by Works, battery powered. Tia has all the toys and tools, and I'm not going to power wash him all off. I'm going to power wash all his arches, his front and back subframes, and both sills to get all the salt off him. So he's all right. So the salt doesn't eat into him, like I said before when we were at Keith's. But I'll get on the job, I think. All the sills and back and front subframes done, and all the arches, but I've got a tiny bit of water left. I might just give just a once over on top, because yeah, I know you'll freeze over tomorrow, but I'm not too fussed because we're going out in a different car tomorrow. But I'll give him a once over because he hasn't been washed in 2 months because it's been raining and all sorts of weather, so we haven't had a chance. It'll take so much salt off him on top as well, so it's all good. It's all part of owning a Rover. You're going to wash them off because they go rusty otherwise. You might know it's a bit of wet on the lens there, you might not be able to see me, but that's no power wash. All his salt's come off him, just giving a once over as well, and I was put him back in his parking place and he'd be alright. And then we'll go in a different car tomorrow, so I'm not too bothered if he ices over tomorrow because we'll bring something else out instead. But he's had a run out and he saved us on a few hills today with his rain sport tyres. And they're alright even though they're not snow tyres or winter tyres. Can't beat a bit of rain sport tyres because they did the job. They got them out, you know. It's a certain way of driving a front wheel drive car and snow, and you can do it with very capable cars. So they're all good. And he had an empty boot, so we got a load of coal as well. And we came home and there's still no power on, so we'll see what happens tomorrow morning. So that's the end of Thomas Edward's great power cut of South Lake District. You know, it's not really the end because we're still out of power. And maybe tomorrow it will come back on and I can upload this video for you. Otherwise we're going to be delayed a few days and a couple of videos. But I might sneak this video in front of the other video, obviously. Then you can know why the other video's delayed. So if you've enjoyed today's video of yours truly, T.E. or Thomas Edward, however you want to call us. Make sure you give us a big fat like and a subscribe and a comment, because I like reading your comments, always like reading your comments, best bit. And keep watching, you know, and also with that big fat like, other people can find it, you know, and we can make the video grow a bit. If you really enjoyed it, you're going to get a treat here. This is something I've gone and dug something out of a box. So if you really enjoyed it, remember to click that big bell, ding, and also